Alright, trying this again. If anyone's jumping in, if the stream stops, I'm having some issues with my capture card software. Last time I tried to stream with the mic turned in or plugged in, it kind of crashed on me. So it might crash again. I'm hoping it doesn't. I did a fresh restart. It might be the USB hub I'm using, but I'm going to give it about a minute or two. Okay, it's already lasted longer than the first time I tried it. So, let me just throw this link out on Twitter and I will get started. Nothing really major today. I just wanted to do a stream to showcase Doom on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, hashtag Doom, hashtag Nintendo Switch, and tweet is off. Okay, so now let's get started. I'm not going to do anything special with this. We're basically just going to show Doom running on the Switch in docked mode. I can't really show handheld mode with streaming, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it started. And, you know, the stream might last about, let's see, right now it's almost 12:15. I'll probably have it go for about 40-45 minutes, assuming my software doesn't crash before then. Let me just double check to make sure the sound's working. Oh yeah, sounds good. So we'll just get started. We'll start a little bit of campaign, because I've been playing it since, well, my breaks at work last night. So, get it loaded in. If you have been watching my battery life chart on the website, I already did my battery test for Doom. It's about the same as Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, so like 2.5 to 3.5 hours on a charge. That's between different settings like max settings, max brightness, using Wi-Fi. Yeah, you can get more details on that on the battery chart on my website. But let's just go and jump into campaign. Gonna have the volume up a little bit on my end so I can kind of hear a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't echo too bad in the actual audio for the stream. Okay, so anybody watching, we're basically just going to show a little bit of the Doom campaign on the Nintendo Switch. And this is docked, as I don't have anything I can use to stream handheld mode. We'll just wait for this to load and we will get started. And I'll give you a little bit of information about the Switch port as we kind of get into gameplay. Load times, you just saw those. I still have to do some tests with the PS4 version. I don't remember if it's longer or shorter than the PS4 version. But here's, you know, the basic layout. Graphics look pretty decent. You'll notice a slight blurring effect on, well, pretty much everything. You see when the gun gets a little closer to you, gets a little clearer, farther away gets a little blurrier. Note that here are my video settings. I turned motion blur off because I was getting blurring in almost all the screenshots I was trying to make. And I turned chromatic aberration off. But that's basically all I've changed, because by default motion blur is set to high. So I just wanted, it's mostly just for me taking screenshots, because almost every time I took a screenshot earlier, it was blurry. But we'll basically just go to the next room. That's just kind of like the description of how the graphics look in the game. It's got a little bit of blur effect, but when you're moving, not really an issue. So let's just get going. The control scheme matches the PS4 version except for menus. Like in menus, B is exit and A is confirm. But when you're actually shooting and everything, everything's pretty much matching the control scheme of the PS4 version. And you notice these holograms are a little bit more pixelated than they are on the PS4, Xbox One. We've got a nice solid 38 frames per second right here. It feels very smooth when you're playing. So, and we'll go ahead and do this for our upgrade. I already got charged burst for this, so I'll go ahead and get explosive shot for this upgrade drone. And actually, I want to switch that back. There we go. Because I want the triple shot. Okay, right there you can see a little bit more of the graphics. It really increases when things are closer to the screen, because the blurring effect is basically the farther something away is from you or from the camera, the more of a blur effect it has. Because you see right here, this drone has a lot of detail. Get farther away, kind of has a blur on it. Now let's go ahead and go forward, because we're going to want to show some combats besides just these drones. Okay. Drop down here.
Access granted. Welcome to the UAC's Mars installation.
And this is the second stage of the campaign. I already went through a little bit on my breaks at work tonight when the digital preload activated itself.
As a valued employee, your loyalty is more than just a commitment.
And you can see this hologram is,
it's a commitment to,
you know, it's very pixely compared to the way it was on PS4. Alright, we should get some... no, this is where we just came from. Alright, here's our assault rifle. One of my favorite weapons in the game. Now notice where the gun is placed. I don't know if this was there on the PS4 at launch, but if you go into settings, you can set this, Doom Classic Weapon Pose, so that it shows it in the middle of the screen like the like the old Doom games had.
to ensure their production capabilities are not
But
degraded.
we'll quickly move on. We don't really need much of this health boost. Airlock seal. No, where's the terminal for that? I think it was in here. There it is. Open airlock. And if you guys have any questions about this version of the game, feel free to drop them in chat, and I will watch chat and answer them as as you ask them. As you see here, when things get a little bit chaotic, the frame rate does dip a little bit under 30 frames per second. Nothing too bad. It still stays pretty stable. Let's see what happens when we get Berserk. Frame rate's still pretty stable here. Saw a dip a little bit there. Assuming the capture card I'm using is doing a good job of capturing the actual frame rate. It normally does when I'm doing video reviews. Alright. And another thing I've noticed is that when the frame rate does drop, if you switch the motion blur built into the game, whether the settings on or not, kind of helps that smooth feeling stay, even when the frame rate isn't a perfect 30 frames per second. Okay, I'm gonna switch weapons. I am really... I don't want to say content. Happy. I'm really happy with where this turned out. Because Doom is one of my favorite franchises in gaming, and having the reboot, or well, I guess it's sort of a reboot. Having the new game, Doom 4, coming out on the Switch on a handheld is just phenomenal for me. The fact that they got this working nicely and smoothly is just amazing. Alright, let's switch back to the pistols so I can save up on ammo. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird compared to the way it does in the video reviews. It's been pretty cold out lately. My sinuses are driving me crazy the past few days. So, you know.
I'm blocking your access to the facility scanner. Come to the Vega terminal, and I'll give you what you need.
Okay. Ooh, that's a nice effect that they kept in the Switch version. All these bullet holes that you can put in the glass. That is a nice touch. To be honest, I don't even remember that happening on the PS4 version. I mean, I'm sure it did. All right, elevator's here. Yeah, sorry, I'm sniffling. All right. Here we go. Really, I try to use the pistol a lot, even though I am on the easy difficulty right now with... I mean, it's very cold, so my reflexes are really down right now. Because I haven't actually been home long, and the house is actually still warming up, so... With it being in the 30s outside, 30s Fahrenheit, my reflexes with gaming are a little bit sluggish. I'm doing just fine in this gameplay. I just set it to put the difficulty down to easy, so it'd be a little bit better to show off in this stream. Okay. Right, we're supposed to go this way next. Pacing of everything, especially with the exploration, really, even though it's not 60 FPS, it feels very similar to PS4, and I think I'm gonna have to redo a bunch of stuff now. Yeah, okay. Let me just hurry up and get back to where we were, so we can show some more, since I've already cleared out all the enemies in this area. Here we go. Again. Alright, it was over here. Here. And here. There we go. Now it should be simple. Okay, this should be... No, not quite the end of this stage. I've played the campaign so much on PS4, I should have the whole thing memorized at this point. It has been a while since my last one. File. Yeah, there's the new file we got. We can look at all the different monsters that we've collected info for. A lot of you probably know about Dune by now. Alright. Let's see the area. There we go. Yeah, it's been a little while since I played this game. It's kind of sad. The easy difficulty almost killed me. Alright. Armor upgrade. Let's see what we got here. Do power up effectiveness. Power up wears off damage with the last wave is released. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do right now, so purchase. Any weapon upgrades? No. Hopefully I can get rid of this stuffy nose sinus problem before I actually get done with the campaign and can do my video review of this game. Okay. Supplies. There's my marker. Hollow, it's a little different in handheld mode. Like when I started in handheld mode today, because I work third shift, so when I'm at, the digital actually unlocked right before I took my first break at work. It feels a little different, mostly because of the handheld triggers and the what's the word I'm looking for? Hang on a second. I'll get my mind straight. It feels a little different because of the analog sticks and the triggers. I mean, it didn't take me long to adjust to it. It took me maybe 5-10 minutes to adjust, and it felt pretty smooth. But like right now, I am using the Pro Controller for it, and it feels very comfortable using the Pro Controller. But it's mostly just because of the different shape of the triggers and the different size of the analog sticks. Like it doesn't feel bad. It just feels a little different. And it's one thing I don't think it'll let me show you. It will not. Let me switch over to the Joy-Cons for a moment, because I'm going to detach those real quick. Because there's one setting here. Alright, I got the Joy-Cons on. Controller. Here, motion controls. Let me actually make sure they're enabled. Motion controls are enabled. Motion controls are, if you notice in the bottom left corner of the screen here, toggle motion controls on the Joy-Con right in non-handheld mode. So the motion controls don't work in handheld mode. Which, I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why wouldn't the motion controls work in handheld mode? You know, motion for aiming. But, you know, that's just a thing that's kind of weird. Why would they enable motion controls for the Joy-Con specifically only outside of handheld mode? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I mean, that's just the thing with aiming, because aiming with gyro controls is really smooth. Let me just reactivate the Pro Controller real quick. But, I mean, it's just the different size of the analog sticks. Like I said a couple minutes ago, you just have to get used to it. And it only took me a few minutes to kind of adjust to it. I mean, it's still different.
Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey, if you can withstand the power surge.
But the whole motion controls are only available for the Joy-Cons outside of handheld mode doesn't make much sense. But, I mean, yeah, it's just a matter of, it feels a little different. Alright, let's see what we want. I'd say health.
That is pure Argent energy you've just taken into your system. It seems to agree with you. I will unlock the remaining Argent cells within the facility for you. Vega, give him what he wants.
61,337 UAC members deceased. 81% of the facility is on lockdown. Demonic presence through the Mars installation is critical. According to the records, Dr. Hayden, the invasion.
I mean, if you see the graphics here, when you see Hayden right here, he doesn't look very blurry.
64% of all UAC
I mean, because I mean, some effects look really good.
Throughout the facility. The rest were killed by the demons released.
But that's just, you know, with the blurring effect I was talking about at the beginning of this stream.
I feel I should apologize for what's happened here.
And we're just basically, we're just gonna wait for Hayden to go through his little speech. I've played Doom Campaign over a dozen times on PS4, so, you know, I already know all that he's talking about.
Deal with her in time. You may not agree with our research, but know this.
Yeah, I understand not being able to get used to the FPS on Vita with the different controls, but at least with the Switch, the Pro Controller is an option. Or, you know, other third-party
in this facility is the cost of
Granted,
progress.
you know, Pro Controller's kind of like an Xbox controller, but still, it at least is an option. But that's just, you know, if you can't get used to the controls on the actual handheld mode itself.
They've overrun the adjacent facility. If the venting turbines aren't re-engaged, neither of us will survive the meltdown.
Oh yeah, it is a really fun game to play while on break at work. Because, like, right after the digital unlocked, I started playing on a break and work, and, you know, I mean, right now I'm just working third shift at a grocery store, but people were just, like, super impressed when they just came over. It's like, okay, what's he playing? And holy crap, he's playing Doom on a handheld. What is this? You know, people who didn't realize that Doom was releasing on the Switch, and just seeing it on a handheld is just phenomenal. Alright, let's see. Where is our next objective? That's where he was. This is where we were before. I've gone through this campaign so many times I shouldn't be so lost. Well, not lost, I'm just... Okay, yeah, I'm lost. I'm not even gonna get around that. I know where stuff is, but where's my next objective? Oh, right, here we go. Go through here. Let's get the pistol back out. Don't want to waste too much ammo. And the level ends. Okay, so I didn't get, a lot of stuff here. Continue. Let's do load times. Alright, so that loading sequence for the next stage was about 35 seconds. I don't remember how long it was on PS4, so I'm not sure if it's longer or shorter. But I'm sure I'll be able to, reference the PS4 version by the time I do a review. Because it's not like I'm going to finish the campaign today. I actually have to go to bed here in a couple hours.
After running more diagnostics on the active Praetor suit, it appears that I can accelerate the upgrading of your arsenal by measuring your combat effectiveness. I have added a tracker to your helmet's display.
Alright.
The facility will not allow you access to the turbine room unless the demonic threat level is brought down inside the foundry. Our security systems cannot be overridden.
Oh yeah, this is the area where we find our first Hell Knight. So hurry kills aren't going to help me much here. Where is he? I know you're introduced to him in this room somewhere. This area.
Core temperature rising.
Where is he? I don't think I've ever tried a chainsaw against Hell Knights. He shows up unless I'm completely missing and have the wrong room in mind. I'm pretty sure this screams, or this area is where you use Hell Knight. It is. I'm not trying. Let's see how much chainsaw used. I've never actually tried to chainsaw. That was close. I've never actually tried to chainsaw. This room? No, we don't have the yellow card yet. Oh, full on ammo for that, so that's good. There's the next Argent cell. Let's go upgrade our stats. Alright, did one for health. We have one for ammo too, right? Yeah, ammo. Alright, can't go in there. Where was that Hell Knight at? I know he was in this area. Because I remember the first time I got to this area. PS4 version. He chased me all over the place because I had so much trouble figuring out how fighting him worked. Just before I was really used to the game's combat system. These enemies.
With you, we will establish a new paradigm.
Access only. I don't have to buy this card. Pretty sure there's a. Yeah, let's go down here real quick. Yeah. Bubblehead. All right, we're back to max ammo on that. Maybe that Hell Knight wasn't in this area. Alright, just charge shot you guys. Could use a little bit of health. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I think I must have had that area mistaken for where the hell that appeared. I was thinking it was that open. Yeah, we might go back to it later. We might end up back there later. Kratos, the game is a lot of fun, which, I mean, I've played it to death on PS4. The port on the Switch, it's a little blurry visually with, you know, the motion blurriness was kind of put in effect, but it runs really nicely, as you can see as we're going through this stream. Is there anyone here? But earlier in the stream I was talking about, you know, how the visuals look, how things look more detailed and more clear the closer they are to the camera, and a little bit more blurry the farther away you get. We had someone asking about the controls. I mentioned like motion controls are available when you're not in the handheld for some reason. But Doom on the Go is great because I was playing it on a break at work last night. Because I work third shift, so right around the time I got to my, I don't think it was way out of here, so. But by the time I got to my first break last night, the digital preload was, you know, unlocked, so I got to play a bunch of it on my breaks at work. And it was really, you know, just having Doom on a handheld is just, it just looks phenomenal. Just the fact that they made it work. And, you know, I'm playing it in dock mode right now with the Pro Controller, so it feels very, very much like when I played it on the PS4. Except, you know, 30 FPS instead of 60 FPS, but I can't really tell that big of a difference with that. But that's just me. FPS has never been a big thing that's affected me. Alright, so I'd gone through here. Let's get back to that area we were at before. Oh, let's see. We've got a yellow key card here. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the yellow key card. That might be where that Baron, or that helmet comes out. There he is! Oh god, there he is. And chainsaw one-hit KOs him. That's nice to know. Alright, weapon upgrade point. I got 2 points now. I can't really do anything with that. Let's see, speed and recovery. Alright, now we can go back over here and do the yellow door, which I didn't do it before since we kind of ventured into a different area.
Stay focused. Stay committed.
Hell Knight? Yep! Another Hell Knight!
Remember, the Blind Council is always watching.
I think I just locked him in there. How about that?
Stay committed.
I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. Oh, another one! He's run out of ammo shotgun. But that's, you know, I've played the campaign a dozen times, but I don't think I've ever locked that Hell Knight in that lockdown room before. Alright, let's switch back to the pistol for a while. Try to conserve some ammos. Ah, we got. Oh, look, another Hell Knight. Let's not switch back to this. That must have been that original one. Oh, I'd almost
Remember, the
gotten him
Blind
down.
Council is always
Oh, that was, you know, that was fun. Can't go in there. Let's see what time it is. It's 12:49. I'll probably have this stream go for about 10 minutes.
Core temperature rising.
Because I do work third shift, so I do need to go to bed in about an hour and a half. But yeah, we'll go a little bit farther. Dead? Alright, here's... And I do apologize again for all the stuffiness. Is there a... Yep, there he is. Right. There we go. Got it.
Demonic threat reduced by
we got two.
25%.
I need to wait till we get a few more weapon upgrades before I can actually do some, well, upgrading. Alright, map. Let's switch back to pistol. Don't want to waste too much shotgun ammo. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, we had to go. You have to go to 4 different of those little cores that you unlock the waves for. Oh, nice. I forgot that you got Samuel Hayden's report so early. Alright, so let's keep exploring.
Stay focused. Stay committed.
I mean, we already know one of those other waves or cores earlier before I died.
The Prime Council is always watching.
Here we go. Out of here, collect my armor. Let's see. Let's go back over this way. Back to the one we had, or we were at before. And hopefully not die this time. Yeah, it was through here, I think.
Your devotion to
This.
the UAC's mission.
Can't go in there. Somewhere around here. Where was it? Because I know it went over here, got the bobblehead, came back up, and I got to an inside area somewhere around here. Stardew Valley was a lot of fun. Like, I play... Here it is. Here's this path. Like, I haven't played a Harvest Moon in years. But I played Story of Seasons on the 3DS, and that was fun. Well, the new Story of Seasons, Trio of Towns. And I like the whole relationship aspect where you can not only, you know, do farming and help out the village, but you can also grow closer, get married, and have kids and all that. I did really like that about Stardew Valley, where you could like go through a day, and you didn't even have to farm, just like all the variety of stuff you can do. Like you could go mining, go fight monsters, like it's a little RPG, and then you know collecting the gifts that your preferred love interest likes. So you can, you know, work on stuff like that. Instead of just, you know, waking up, farming, going to sleep, farming, and repeating the process. And I think, you know, Harvest Moon, Story Seasons, and Stardew Valley type games are going towards that lately. So it's not just repetitive, so you always have something to do. Or something different to do. And sorry, my voice is starting to kind of degrade a little bit, because the stuffing is kind of... my nose is just kind of getting a little worse. But we're almost done with this stream anyways. Is this the way to that area? We were just in here. Here we go. This is the path, I think. Maybe. Yes, here it is. Okay, this is where we were when we died. No, we fell into the lava. Because of, you know, the really nice and fast pacing of this game. Where I'll just get in the moment. Alright, there we go. Now let's do this preliminary fight and do the core. Once we're done with this core, we get our checkpoint, I'll probably end the stream because it's almost 9 o'clock. But, you know, I'll get this bit done. Show you just a little bit more combat before we close out. Go ahead and switch mods. So we saw the 3-shot mod. We can do the explosive shot mod too. Just kind of showcase that for a minute or two. Nope. I might as well go over and activate that core. Alright, activate the core. explosive round. You know, kind of like the grenade launcher in Resident Evil. Like original Resident Evil games. And unlike the 3-shot mod, this is up 1 bullet per time you use it. Since they are ranged. So this. I know I'm wasting a lot of ammo there, but you know, we're just having fun here. We're just having fun because I mean, I'm on the easy difficulty right now to make sure the stream got to show a lot of the game, or at least a lot of this stage. All right, that core is done.
Demonic threat reduced by 50%.
Alright, I got my checkpoint. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream off here because we've been going for almost an hour now. Well, 46 minutes. So, thanks for watching, guys. And if you want to watch the stream, it'll be archived on the channel soon.